All right, and here are some of the stories we had this week, starting in Thailand, where 2 bombs exploded at a luxury shopping mall in Bangkok. Here's Angelo Cervantes.
2 pipe bombs exploded outside a luxury shopping mall in Bangkok on Sunday. The bombs caused little damage, but were the first to shake the Thai capital since the military seized power in May to end months of sometimes deadly street protests.
The 2 improvised explosive devices were placed behind power transformers on an elevated walkway, linking the overhead rail line to the upmarket Siam Paragon Mall in central Bangkok. Thai police said they think the motive behind the attack appeared to be to create panic rather than take lives. The police have yet to identify the bombs.
ไม่มีการสรุปชัดเจนลงไปว่าเป็นสาเหตุอะไรแล้วก็ใครเป็นผู้ดำเนินการหรือกลุ่มไหนยังไม่เชื่อมโยงยังไม่สามารถเชื่อมโยงในขณะนี้ยังเร็วไปนะครับ
ผมก็ไปสอบก็ได้ว่าใครเป็นผู้กระทำแล้วก็ยึดโยงกับกลุ่มใดฝ่ายใดนะตอนนี้เจ้าที่ตำรวจก็ดำเนินการอยู่ผมก็ได้รับรายงานแต่เมื่อคืนแล้วก็ได้สั่งการไปนะทางท่านรองนายกรัฐมนตรีก็ได้สั่งการไปเพิ่มเติมก็คิดว่าคงหาหลักฐานได้นะ
Political tension in Thailand has been high since a National Assembly handpicked by the junta last month banned former Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra from politics for 5 years. This same day, the country's Attorney General said she would face charges and a possible jail sentence for negligence. The decisions angered supporters of Yingluck and her exiled brother Thaksin, although there has been little sign of a return to the street protest.
The junta last week summoned senior politicians critical of the government's handling of Yingluck's cases for a dressing down. Authorities here say the explosion on Sunday showed that the martial law could not yet be lifted. Reporting from Bangkok, Thailand, this is Angelo Cervantes for Eagle News.
Thailand's National Police spokesman said 2 arrest warrants have been issued on Wednesday, February 4, for 2 men police believe could be the perpetrators of the bomb attacks earlier this week. 2 small explosions went off on Sunday, February 1 evening near a luxury shopping mall in Bangkok, which rattled the fragile calm in a city still under the martial law. Police said CCTV footage showed the 2 suspects walking with an orange bag were at the scene minutes before the bombs exploded. There has been no claim of responsibility, and police could not confirm whether any known groups were linked to the incident. While police have not linked the attacks with any particular groups, they have not ruled out any possibilities.
Family members of those on board the missing Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 still believe that there's no proof the flight's disappearance was down to an accident. Malaysia declared the disappearance an accident, clearing the way for the airline to pay compensation to its victims and their relatives. Here's Roxette Rubio reporting from Malaysia.
Nearly 1 year after it disappeared, government officials officially announced that all passengers and crew on board Malaysia Air Flight 370 are presumed dead. In that same breath, they called the loss of the plane an accident. You know the story. The jumbo jet with 239 on board vanished last 8 of March 2014, possibly somewhere over the Indian Ocean en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, and they are still searching for it. Officials stressed that the search for the Boeing 777 is not over, and despite the announcement that it is being ruled as an accident, some victims' relatives are not giving up hope that their loved ones could still be found.
What does this mean for all these families who are still grieving? To hear that this has officially been ruled an accident when nothing has been found. Legally, it benefits the families because under the law, the families have 2 years from the day that the airplane was due back to bring any claim against the Malaysia Airlines. That's on the Montreal Convention. But many of the families believe that it's not at the bottom of the ocean. It may have landed somewhere on land and that their loved ones could still be alive. So the distraught relatives of passengers on missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 are calling for Malaysia to withdraw its declaration that all on board had died in an accident.
they still have provided absolutely no proof or substantiation to their declaration. There still is absolutely no verification of what they've done to come up with this decision. Just a few months ago, they were saying that they believed the flight was under the control of a hijacker. So how is it all of a sudden now an accident?
Yes, there are a lot of families who need that compensation in order to live. We don't, we don't just live on love and sunshine, okay? They need the money in order to move on with their life. But moving on with our life doesn't mean we forget our loved ones. Legal aspects, maybe, okay? But it's not 100% closure at all.
Really, it is the first time this ever happened. Usually, almost always, you have the wreckage. As AirAsia found it, you may go a few days without finding the wreckage, but you do find the wreckage. It can be 100% accuracy declared an accident. So, the search in the Indian Ocean is still going on, and Malaysia is conducting a criminal investigation. This is Roxette Rubio reporting from ASEAN Bureau.
The streets of Chinatown in Singapore came to life with an official light-up and opening ceremony to kickstart Lunar New Year celebrations as the country ushers in its 50th year as an independent nation. Here's Phoebe de Guzman.
The streets of Chinatown in Singapore came to life on Saturday evening with an official light-up and opening ceremony to usher in the nation's 50th Lunar New Year celebration.
This only every year. In Singapore, we have a celebration. At the same time, we have some show. We have a firework. At the same time, we got many show and many people join together. And it is a happy day. We are starting for a happy day in Singapore.
The Lunar New Year, also known as Chinese New Year and Huaqing or Spring Festival, has become a major highlight in Singapore's cultural calendar. And with this year marking Singapore's 50th anniversary as an independent nation, a spectacular scene was expected. The decorations offer a symbolic parallel with the city's proud accomplishments over the past 5 decades. Singapore's Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong also attended the ceremony. He joined the audience and watched the 500-strong team perform a nostalgic act. The performance depicts and celebrates Singapore's colorful development over the years.
So far the show is very good, very interesting, because Chinese New Year is a good culture in Singapore. Yes, and we celebrate Chinese New Year everybody. So hopefully everybody enjoy the show tonight. I see a lot of shows coming up.
Singapore is currently celebrating its 50th year as an independent nation. Sinian Kuala reporting from ASEAN Bureau. This is Phoebe Grace de Guzman for Eagle News.